Hello once again, friends. Bill McCabe here, and we're going to continue our dialogue on cane essentials. And what I'm trying to do over a period of several videos is lay out the essential basic moves of cane work, and then depending on how these are received, based on the comments that you give me in terms of feedback, we'll decide how far down the road we want to go with this particular thread of exploration. Okay, in the prior two videos, I broke down some basic moves in cane techniques, the basic striking sequences and so forth. There's one thing I want to add to that. There's something I call the 1-2-3 pattern. The 1-2-3 pattern is just basically a flow, but it's strike one, strike two, strike three. Okay? And that's something you have to be, it has to be integral to everything that you do. Anytime you make a move, you need to be able to break into the 1-2-3 flourish, because it's like a blitz. It just backs off an attacker or hits the attacker from multiple angles with multiple strikes, and it's something that blends perfectly into the other flows that we shared with you. So the 1-2-3 pattern has two different trajectories. It's the trajectory to your left, 1, 2, 3, and the trajectory to your right, 1, 2, 3. And left, 1, 2, 3, and you can actually see they flow together. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And they do flow together into a beautiful butterfly, and you can start on either side. So if I started on the right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you can actually see the flow. Okay, and this is something you should just work on. I'll give you an example of ways you can work on it. If while I'm talking here, this is Sifu Cruzantes, and he's one of the head instructors in our system. I'm going to ask him to grab 2 Arnis sticks, if you will. I just want to show how you can practice this in a flow with a partner. And while he's doing that, I'm going to add that at any point in time, actually he's ready. So I'm going to ask that you hold these at about a 120-degree angle. Good. And we'll just do this in slow motion just to show you a way of practicing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you get the idea. There's a lot of ways you can play the pattern out, and it works smooth. And that's the objective, to get this smooth within your own flow. Okay, having said that, let's take a look at how this works against 5 basic incoming attack trajectories. And I'm going to ask Sifu Chris to give me a hand with this. The first trajectory will be attack in this particular pathway, and we'll just say he throws a right-hand punch at me. Good. And the second trajectory will be on the opposite side of the body, left-hand punch. Okay, now, for this side of the body, it can be a left-hand punch, but it could also be a back fist with this hand. And likewise, it could be a back fist with the opposing hand through this doorway. What defines the trajectory, step back if you will, sir. What defines the trajectory is, this is path number 1, anything that's coming in this quadrant. That's door number 1. Anything coming in this quadrant is door number 2. So it could be a punch or a back fist. We'll probably stick with punches today just for simplicity's sake. Path number 3 is the same side as number 1, but in the lower quadrant, which will be defined here. And it could be a punch, you could just give a low punch, or you could be kicking into that area. Okay? Same thing, opposite side. It could be a punch or a kick. So kicks or punches, kicks. Good. And then Door number 5 is right down the middle. And right down the middle can be a punch straight up the middle, or it could be a kick right up the middle. Okay. So having looked at those 5 ports of entry, we're going to try just to combine some of the ideas that we developed in the prior 2 videos and the 1, 2, 3 sequence. But I want you to observe one thing about the 1, 2, 3 sequence that I've saved for this moment. He's here, and he throws a right hand punch. Okay, watch. 1, 2, 3. Throws a left hand punch. 1, 2. Throws another technique. 3. And what you have to get into that 1, 2, 3 sequence is that it's not just a solitary arm move. There's a touch and give in the flow where you're centering your other arm on your center line or locking the other arm to your center line so that it's not in the way of the flow. It's here. 1, 2, 3. Then after the strike, after each strike, it's in a position where it can come out and control, or come out and do other types of strikes, or come out and do other kinds of hits, other kinds of techniques. And you have to develop that flow within the context of the 1, 2, 3 pattern. Okay, so I'm not going to belabor that point. That's just for you to explore on your own, and as you explore it, you'll see how it unfolds into a separate path of knowledge. So he throws first hit, 1. And as you see, as I do the 1 strike, see, I'm not just hitting his arm. See, I'm going across the vital targets. And that's something that the can is particularly suited for. It's a very efficient weapon. He comes and we'll do the 1. This time I check the hand. My second hit is on his head. And I actually use the check on his hand to break his balance. Step back if you will, sir. Again, number 1. Check on the hand, breaks the balance. Number 2. Okay, I check this side. Number 3. So you can see the interplay of hand and stick there quite effectively. That, if he comes on the back fist, hit. See the check. 1, 2, 3. He can just be still, or he can come in with something else, and number 3 will be against the other incoming move. In this position, I have a quick counter at several points. Here, brachial artery, here, into the vital targets. Okay, so what you do is you have the 5 gateways, and we're just going to race through this right now because time is limited. We only have so many minutes that we can share with you with these videos. We'll do this in slow motion. 1, 2, 3, right hand, support number 1, 2, 3. Then I can follow up with something if I choose. Left side, 1, 2, 3. Low, throws a kick, 1, 2, 3. When that kick, slight divergence of concept, slight divergence of technique. I'm doing the swinging up move here as he comes in. I hit. Now I'm hitting into the ankle. He can tell you that I'm hitting a pressure point, but you can't necessarily see it. 1, 2, 3. The beauty of this is what's called the fanning move. I hit low, and the move itself continues into a fanning flow. I hit, and it fans, and it just goes in on its own, where it fans and fans again from above and strikes. So basically the fanning move is the geometry of flow that's developing as you're executing, and it creates its own power. So it's not all physical stuff coming from within you, it's part of the geometry that's unfolding. Okay, and we're doing low on the other side, fanning technique, hit, and if you step back, sir, so I clear the obstacles up above, and I hit. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Now I can also hit this from above. He comes, same move. 1, 1, 2, 3. Looking at the center move. 1, 2, 3. Or I can hit it coming in. 1, 2, 3. And these secondary strikes here, when you watch them, the angle of the strikes, you have to see that I'm hitting vital targets. I'm not trying to pop him on the head with a stick. I'm trying to completely distract him from the fight. And you can see that these are rakes and scratches that cause vital and sensitive areas of his body. Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, sir. So you have 5 gateways that are established there. In general, we use 12 different gateways, and we have found from experience that the 12 gateways constitute practically all the open doors that you have to establish defenses with. But these 5 gateways are a good starting point, and experimenting with the 1, 2, 3 pattern will get you far down the path of understanding whether this has any value in your personal explorations. Okay, so we'll wrap it up with that. At this point, we'll follow up with the continuation on this dialogue in relatively short order. Stay in touch, do well, and try to make the world a better place. See you later.